And our top story tonight, federal authorities announcing the biggest counterfeit drug bust in Connecticut history. They say this garage cranked out more than 1 million deadly pills. News 12 Connecticut's John Craven's in New Haven tonight with the latest.
This bombshell indictment details an operation that could press 100,000 counterfeit pills per hour. And it was so brazen, they were all shipped through the mail. When federal agents raided this garage in East Haven 3 weeks ago, they found a massive pill mill inside.
I talked to the landlord and they said it was a fentanyl factory in the back, apparently.
Today, prosecutors revealed it was the biggest counterfeit drug bust in Connecticut history.
They seized several 100,000 pills, 2 large pill presses, and pill manufacturing equipment.
An arrest warrant alleges that 45-year-old Keldon Hinton was the ringleader. Prosecutors say Hinton sold the pills on the underground dark web, sending more than 1,300 shipments across the country, all through the post office. Customers thought they were getting Xanax, Adderall, oxycodone, and Percocet. Instead, they got deadly counterfeits containing fentanyl, meth, cocaine, and even worse.
This operation disrupted a significant source of illicit pills destined for our neighborhood.
This massive drug den may have cost lives, too. Investigators say an overdose death appears to be related.
The only safe medications, and this is a message to all the parents out there, are the ones that come from your healthcare professional.
The alleged ringleader of this pill mill and 2 of his associates are still in jail. The other 4 defendants have been released. At New Haven Federal Court, John Craven, News 12, Connecticut.
Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Nikita Ramos. We begin with developments tonight as the FBI reviews a deadly exchange of gunfire in Orange County that ended in a former judge turning the gun on himself. Our Blaze Gomez is at the scene right now in Campbell Hall with the latest on a story you saw first on 12. Blaze?
That shocking turn of events unfolding here this morning as sources say the FBI zeroed in on Stuart Rosenwasser and tried to arrest the ex-top official after he was indicted by the feds.
News 12 capturing the FBI and state police swarming this upscale Campbell Hall home on Tuesday. It's where sources say retired Orange County Court judge and ex-top prosecutor Stuart Rosenwasser shot and killed himself after exchanging gunfire with federal agents who tried to take him into custody. The feds are remaining tight-lipped about what happened, but issued this statement online saying the agent-involved shooting is under review. As News 12 reported last week,
a man who was an executive assistant district attorney took bribes and was paid by the complainant.
Rosenwasser was being sued for more than $22 million for allegedly taking bribes to investigate a cryptocurrency scheme involving a family tied to an unsolved murder in Rockland County when he was a top Orange County prosecutor. Sources say Rosenwasser was also under investigation by the feds for tax evasion when the official suddenly resigned from office in June.
Now, the civil court papers filed against Rosenwasser and the county were just filed last week. The DA's office says other cases Rosenwasser reviewed have been looked at by their office and that nothing improper was found. That's the latest here in Campbell Hall. Blaze Gomez, News 12.
The use of cell phones in schools continues to be a hot button topic across the country and here at home. And after 8 students were injured following a bomb threat at Cardinal Spellman High School yesterday, a school that parents say has a no cell phone policy. The debate on cell phone use is back at the forefront now. News 12's Brittany Cadet is at the school now with more on this. And Brittany, what can you tell us?
Yeah, it's a policy that's actually written in the 2019 handbook for Cardinal Spellman High School. It states that cell phones and digital devices are prohibited during school hours. Now, this is a policy that parents tell me they tell their children to not follow during incidents like yesterday's bomb threat. Now, following that, children coming into school today tell me that they're traumatized at yesterday's scene. Today, classes are back to normal and police have since deemed the school safe. Police say they got a call at 9:36 for a bomb threat made to Cardinal Spellman High School. Students were evacuated immediately and nearby schools were told to shelter in place. Officials say 8 students were hurt during the evacuation. but the injuries were minor. Meanwhile, just yesterday, the New York State Teachers Union officially passed a resolution calling for cell phone restrictions at schools, a ban schools will decide whether to implement or not. This incident comes on the heels of other threats that were made at other New York City schools over the past few weeks. Thankfully, the NYPD says they have found no credible threats and have deemed those schools safe, as well as this one here, Cardinal Spellman High School. That's the very latest here from Edenwald. I'm Brittany Cadet, News 12, The Bronx.
A heartbreaking update. One of the people killed in a West Babylon crash was a teenager, and police are now identifying the victims and telling us the cause of that crash. News 12's Carmen Grant is at the intersection where it happened. Carmen, this is heartbreaking news.
Yeah, this is a tragic update. We're learning among the two people killed, an 18-year-old from Babylon. Police say Riley Goot died in the crash. 4 other people in the car that was with him, including a 17-year-old driver, were seriously injured. Police tell us the other person killed 33-year-old Michael Desmond. They say he ran a red light at the intersection of Great East Neck Road traveling east on Railroad Avenue. According to police, Desmond was pronounced dead at the scene.
It was very tragic.
Oscar Alberto says he heard a loud crash outside his home on Great East Neck Road early Saturday morning. When he went to check it out, he saw the horrific scene.
One of the cars that crashed, it was a single passenger, just the driver, and he was crushed between the car and the door, and it seemed like he died instantly.
Police say there were 5 teenagers in the other car. The driver and several of his passengers were seriously hurt. Neighbors telling us tonight they are praying for their families.
Very tragic, especially, you know, it was midnight, you know, so, and one of them seems to be pretty young.
I feel terrible about it.
Unfortunately, residents say accidents at the intersection are too common. Neighbors say there has been at least 3 serious collisions at Great East Neck Road this year alone.
We've had several accidents here. People come out of CVS and make lefts when they're not supposed to. They drive on this street like it's a racetrack.
Police do not know if speed was a factor. They are still looking into that. Again, 4 teenagers were seriously injured. Police tell us the youngest was just 16 years old. We'll keep you abreast on this developing story. Carmen Grant, News 12, Long Island.
Those looking for a spooky thrill at Six Flags Fright Fest Extreme now have to wait to experience the attraction. Some ticket holders aren't too happy. News 12 New Jersey's Amanda Lee with details.
Six Flags Great Adventure postponing the full Fright Fest Extreme experience for 2 weekends in a row.
I was hoping everything would be open, but it was disappointing.
Opening day was scheduled for Friday, September 13th, but the day before, Six Flags took to social media telling ticket holders that due to unforeseen circumstances, it would open as a preview event instead. And for those hoping to attend this weekend, another post saying Fright Fest Extreme will continue as a preview event.
I'm supposed to be going soon and stuff like that, so I'm just hoping the attractions are there.
It's not the scare visitors were looking forward to when they showed up, but the amusement park is giving customers return passes. Out-of-towners, though, may have a long way to travel if they come back from places like Pennsylvania or New York.
From Brooklyn or Staten Island, it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
But some visitors who live nearby say they're all for it.
I'm going tonight. I love Six Flags.
News 12 reached out to Six Flags for more information for guests and have not gotten a response yet. In Jackson Township, Amanda Lee, News 12 New Jersey.
Mayor Eric Adams is expected back in court tomorrow. It comes after a whirlwind 24 hours, with the mayor becoming the first sitting mayor of New York City to be indicted on criminal charges. Prosecutors unsealing a 57-page, 5-count indictment against him. Adams has been charged with taking bribes and illegal campaign funds from foreign sources. We're told it all began when he was Brooklyn Borough president around 10 years ago. Now, prior to this indictment, there were a series of high-level resignations in his inner circle following multiple probes over the past couple of months, all of which have led to homes being raided and phones being seized by the FBI. And we do have team coverage for you tonight, breaking down what this means for the mayor and the future of city leadership. We start with News 12's Daniela Rodriguez. She is taking us through all the charges the mayor is now facing.
U.S. Attorney Damian Williams addressed the 57-page indictment, the first ever against a sitting mayor in New York City, at a press conference on Thursday morning. The alleged illegal activity goes back nearly a decade.
As we allege, this was a multi-year scheme to buy favor with a single New York City politician on the rise, Eric Adams.
Prosecutors providing a timeline of the alleged crimes, claiming Adams accepted over $100,000 in luxury gifts, like travel to several nations across the globe, as well as accepting illegal campaign contributions. The charges include conspiracy to commit wire fraud, bribery, and solicitations of a contribution by a foreign national.
The foreign money, the corporate money, the bribery, the years of concealment is a grave breach of the public's trust.
Mayor Eric Adams told New Yorkers today to hear his side of the story before judging him, despite the severity of the criminal charges. Adams remains rather certain his innocence will prevail and assures he will not resign.
And it's a painful day. But inside of all of that, it's a day where we will finally reveal why for 10 months I have gone through this. And I look forward to defending myself and defending the people of this city, as I've done throughout my entire professional career.
U.S. Attorney Damian Williams now encouraging anyone with information to come forward before it's too late. Outside Borough Hall, Daniela Rodriguez, News 12.
Daniela, thank you. As for what's next for the mayor, as we said, he's expected to be in court tomorrow at noon to be arraigned on all charges.